if we want to, yes we can. I know. I know. Hey, I know. I know. I know we can make it work. I know we can make it if we try. I got some. Yeah, I know. Yes, we can. Hey, I know. Why can't we if we want to? Yes, we can.
Yeah. Thank you to Glenda and our music team and our fabulous, fabulous band. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Right? And isn't that the intention that we set? Yes. Yes, we can have a thriving CSLDallas outside of the coming out of the post-pandemic. We can have thriving lives, right? These are the intentions we've set. Long ago, we set an intention to be radically inclusive, spiritually progressive, transforming lives. CSL has set an intention to awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence. Are we there yet? Getting there. Getting there, a work in progress, right? When we celebrate the fact that we have set an intention, what we celebrate is our commitment to the intention, to not just this side of the intention when it's not yet there, but to hold fast to the end result. We double down on the commitment to the end result when sometimes looks a little crazy. Things go a little crazy. This is true. This is true at every level. How many of us have set an intention for healing and wholeness and then discovered that it was a walk of healing, both mentally, physically, and spiritually, a walk to that healing. But to get to the end result, we have to celebrate the fact that we set the intention, that we decided, we put our stake in the ground. We have to do this and are experiencing this with all of the people that have set the intention to shift the paradigm that we as humanity have on the planet. To shift the paradigm that the planet is here just for our use, which has gotten us into some trouble. And just because that intention hasn't been fulfilled yet, it's a work in progress. And so we doubled down on the intention. We had our leadership lab facing racism at CSLDallas because we set the intention to be radically inclusive, spiritually progressive. Have we healed the nation? Not yet. It's a work in progress. Shall we abandon our attention because it hasn't happened yet? No. Actually, it should make us more fierce spiritual warriors than ever. More committed to the end result than ever. And these are the things that we're constantly facing as we take on deep and profound shifts in consciousness, deep and profound healing, deep and profound commitments to a world that works, which requires so much from so many of us. So to celebrate the intention is to stay committed to living from the end result. That commitment is, as we know from our spiritual teaching, the having already received before you receive consciousness. Yes? That's what it looks like to hold an intention. Not to stand here and say, I hold the intention to get there. But our intention means we're standing there really embodying the already having received expectation that it's done in consciousness. And that we don't become surprised, apathetic, or get sucked into the ain't it awful when we notice that we're not there yet. This, for lack of a better word, I think that's what it means to have faith. I like the word trust. Trust in the process. Trust in the way it works. Trust in the intention. Trust that everything moves as we stay in that space. Do you see? So everything that we do at CSLDallas is an opportunity for us to practice our spiritual principles at every level of our lives. To stay committed, to dig a little deeper in our own expectation for good, and to recognize that it's happening. Look at the 173 people who pledged and the amount that we have already received. I want to thank you. You in the room, you online, you who will be watching this later. Yeah, because every step, every single step on the way to the fulfillment of that intention is a sacred act. A sacred moment. And that makes everything we do sacred.
Everything is sacred. Everything is filled with the divine. Everything is alive with spirit, with spirit. Everything is a wonder. Unfolding right before our eyes. Everything is alive with spirit, with spirit. Everything is a blessing. Bursting from the earth and sky, everything is alive with spirit, with spirit. Everyone is sacred. Everyone is filled with the divine. Everyone is alive with spirit, with spirit. is a blessing bursting from the earth and sky. Everything is alive with spirit, with spirit. Everyone is sacred. Everyone is filled with the divine. Everyone is alive with spirit. We are alive. We are alive with spirit. We are alive with spirit. We are alive. We are alive with spirit. With spirit. Everything is sacred.
Beautiful. Everything is sacred. Every bit of the journey is sacred. Every person, everything is sacred. And so when we are thriving, we celebrate our intention. We also celebrate the journey. It is so annoying that it's not just a long, steady uphill climb into nirvana. Right? But where's the fun in that, really? Come on. My favorite hiking stories are the stories of when I got caught in the hail and had to put my body over my son's little, 4-year-old body so he wouldn't feel the hail on him. Getting lost, seeing bears, right? Those are some of our best stories, because they're part of what makes the journey come alive for us. It's part of what makes us come alive. To know that we are, in fact, capable humans, that we are capable spiritual beings who can fall into that deep faith and trust, that we will, in fact, find our way through. And part of celebrating the journey is to really recognize that every moment on the journey is sacred. It's sacred for one of many different reasons. The first is that hailstorm, that bear, that getting lost. Man, those things are grist for the spiritual mill. Are you going to panic and run wildly into the bushes and then be even more lost? Right? Or is it an opportunity to go, wait, what's being called for here? Everything that shows up that isn't a step forward, that looks like it's a step back, is an opportunity for our spiritual growth. Whether it's awareness, whether it's deeper commitment, whether it's simply to practice having the trust to move forward. Practicing knowing there's that within us that knows what to do. Knowing that there are other people on the journey who are walking it with us. Do you see? All of these things are opportunities along the way to make it sacred. Carl Jung says we are meaning-making machines. And we want to make meaning of everything. One of the ways we do that is to ask why, which is not always helpful because there isn't always an answer to why. But there is an answer to what meaning can I make of it for my spiritual growth and for the growth of the people that I'm in this with and the growth of humanity. Opportunities to practice. It's also an opportunity to look for the good. There is still a lot of isms, racism, sexism, all the isms with LGBT and on and on and on. There's a lot of isms. But there's also a lot of good people doing a lot of good work. And there is a lot of incremental movement. I have to remind myself all the time around the climate when I get afraid or I get angry or I get frustrated. And there are so many people and so many organizations and governmental agencies and corporations across the planet who are in fact doing things, not just greenwashing, but real things. I have to look for the good and praise it, celebrate that there is in fact an awakening happening in that person, in that situation, in that organization, in that country or nation. And ultimately, celebrating the journey is an opportunity for gratitude. I can have gratitude for the thing that has caused me to practice a little more deeply, because isn't it true when we do that, we practice a little harder, we dig a little deeper, we actually learn something, grow in some way, have a new awareness, or just have the experience of, wow, I showed up differently, and it made a difference. Did something, and it made a difference, right? And so there's an opportunity for gratitude. When we look for the good and we see these things that are happening, there's an opportunity for gratitude each and every time. There's an opportunity for us to be grateful for what is becoming, what is growing, what is happening that is for the good, both for our growth, but also for the sheer outcome of the good that we are envisioning. Finally, I think that's what moved me about the song, The Land of I Am, and the way that you had us be with it. Finally, celebrating the journey is an opportunity to savor the moment. The moment. The moment of, yes, I'm going to dig a little deeper. Yes, I'm going to stand in my truth. Yes, I'm going to allow myself to be grown. Yes, look, we accomplished something. Yes, look at the outcome. Look at the people, right? To savor the moment. To savor the moment right here, right now, in this community, whether you're online or in person, with all the people who've done so much work, with our beautiful, beautiful music team and our band. And our AV team that is up there. You never get to see them. They're up there in the box making all this happen. And our staff, not only Brianna and I, but also Ryan and Carmen and Lauren, who had so much to do with this whole project and did so much to make it happen. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, we could go on and on and on. Reverend Patty, who brings her heart, and Katrina, who brings her passion, and all of you as volunteers. Do you see once you get started, it's hard to stop, right? It's hard to stop. That's what it means to celebrate the journey despite the momentary challenge, setback, uncertainty, delay, whatever it is. Because we've dug deeper in our commitment, haven't we? We've dug deeper to our intention. So we're so committed to that, that's just not even a question. So now we look along the way to what it is that we can savor. And when we can see all of that good, well, Candy's going to sing to us about what happens when we can celebrate all that good.
Well,
Something just wasn't right. My poor head was a-aching 'cause I tossed and turned all night. That unfamiliar feeling that was keeping me up inside, the truth it was revealing that a part of me had died. So I called up my higher self. She told me the news. She said, girl, your life is too good. You lost the right to sing the blues. That broken down old Chevy that was eating me alive. Well, I visualized a Lexus and it's sitting in my drive. And that man of mine, that scoundrel, that low-down bumbling bum, I transformed him to a love god with a sizable trust fund. Now everywhere I look, I'm confronted with the clues. My life is so good, I lost the right to sing the blues. Now listen, you can sing the blues when you can't pay the rent. You can sing the blues when all your money has been spent. But what right do I have? It just ain't no use when I'm driving my Porsche on the way to my masseuse. So you won't see me wailing at night in some funky bar, and you won't see me crying tears in my guitar. I'm too busy cleaning my chakras and chasing bad karma away, fluffing up my aura, baby, that could take all day. Now that I've got enlightenment, I've gotta share the news. Life gets so good, you lost the right to sing the blues. Go! Don't you? That's Brad. You know you can sing the blues when your best friend put you down. You can sing the blues when your man has done left town. But I can't sing the blues. Said just ain't no use when I'm sunning with my honey in my sauna in Cancun. So now you hear my story and you understand the pain of seeking but not finding a reason to complain. My stars are in alignment, my house is all feng shui. I'm filled with peace and harmony and all my bills are paid. I let go of the struggle, you know I paid my dues. When life gets this good, I've got no right to sing the blues.
Miss Candy Williams and our fabulous band, Brad, Jonathan, and Matt. Thank you so much. Woo. Yeah. Now, does our life have to be perfect in every possible way to sing that song? Right. Actually, we could decide that because we have so been committed to our intention and because we have decided to enjoy the journey, that our journey is now a complaint free zone. So we don't focus on all the things that continue to poke at us. Is there any question that they're still there? Right? We still feel them. We still know it's back there, right? We still have our eye on it. But because we're enjoying the journey, we're savoring all those beautiful moments. And we're focusing on how it is, in fact, moving forward. And then we can, in fact, my thing is upside down here. then we can, in fact, celebrate thriving. And I love that so much of the definition of thriving, while it does mean to prosper and to grow and to flourish, there's always that bit of a hint, despite XYZ, right? Despite the fact that the little seed found itself all by itself on a rock, didn't appear to have any soil, it still grew into this giant tree, put the roots around the rock, found the soil, right? And in this place where it looked like it couldn't grow, there's this gorgeous tree. Things that pop up through the cement. You know, we all have stories, oh my God, and we all have traumas, and we've all been through the ringer, and we've all found our way to a spiritual growth opportunity, to ways to find our way through. We've all found our ways into lives that begin to unfold, begin to shift. And we are all participating in those paradigm shifts for humanity. And so by definition, do you see? By definition, we're already beginning to thrive. We're already in the midst of thriving. We can thrive and express our thriving and enjoy our thriving despite or in spite of, however we might want to say that. Or maybe it even pushes us to look at where we are thriving. And perhaps we're spending way too much time and energy trying to fix or wish away those places that aren't. We know that what we focus on grows, right? We know that as we embrace those parts of our lives that are thriving, that the universe just says, oh, you're thriving, right, you're thriving. Now, this doesn't mean we stop working. This doesn't mean that we stop moving. But we move with that faith and trust as opposed to with fear and doubt. And when the fear and doubt comes up, we remember that we're on the journey, right? And we remember to dig a little deeper so that we can continue to focus on thriving. So we haven't completely met our goal yet, but I'm here to tell you that in the summer, when we were doing our financial statements in the summer, the gap this year was 50% smaller than the gap last year at the same time. We're clearly in recovery, right? I mean, we thanks to you all the pledgers who kept us alive and open through the pandemic. And then Daniel kept reminding me the worst year possible is right as you start recovery. And we're still in recovery. We're still in rebuilding. But isn't recovery and rebuilding also thriving? Right. And we think, I'm not there yet, so there must be something wrong. Well, I'm not thriving yet. No, that thriving is growth, movement, continual consciousness of the good as it continues to appear. We've had so many people contribute to this thriving at every level. We've named some of them already. Those of you who are volunteers, givers, lovers of CSLDallas, who send us cards and letters, who send us email, you know who you are. It's because of you that CSLDallas is thriving. And you tell us that it's because of CSLDallas that you are thriving. Yeah. And this we're here to go, the good and the bad and the ugly. We're here to do it together. Right? Right? Because it's just, it's that part before, part of the journey. It's just part of the journey. Right? And part of the commitment to stay in the arena do the work. It's also part of thriving is like, so okay, that was 3 sentences. I just tried to start at the same time. Back up, and I want to like project an image into your brain so you know what I'm thinking. So when you're hiking, a lot of times in the mountains, you see this like extraordinary thing. It's a tree that's literally laying down sideways and then grows like this, right? Now, some of them you can tell have fallen, they've been blasted down, and then their limbs grow up and turn into the new tree. But these are the ones that literally are laying on their side right out of the ground, and then they grow up. And I asked a forester for the first time, I'm this year old, and I have just learned this. How does that happen? And the forester said, well, that's a sapling that was so overwhelmed at one point by a snowfall, and how long that snow laid on it for that winter, that it never popped up straight again. But it didn't die. It didn't die. And it just laid there, and what did it do? It continued to thrive. And it continued to go for the light. I had no idea. I always thought it was around a rock and somebody took the rock away. Really, that was the story I'd made up. I thought the real story was a whole lot better. Right? It's thriving in spite of, instead of. And you can actually see there are some places in certain forests where whole sets of trees are all that way. It's really a unique experience to walk through that kind of an area and go, why are these trees growing this way? Well, truthfully, it's because they're thriving. But it looks different. And so that's a part of what we're doing, is seeing how it looks different to thrive as CSLDallas. As you've heard in our community lunch and in our generous givers, things are changing, and we're growing into that and learning and discovering. But what we are bound and determined to do is to thrive together, to support all of our folks thriving, to go into DFW thriving, to support our nation and our planet to thrive together. And we're not going to go complaining. Jamie, come on up here. How are we going to go for this next time into the future? Here you go.
Go ahead and stand. It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm hot air balloon, I can go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy I belong if you feel like a room without a roof.
Cause I'm happy.
Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth.
Cause I'm happy.
Clap along if you know what happiness is to you.
Cause I'm happy.
Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Here come bad news, talking this and that.
Yeah.
Give me all you got and don't nothing back.
Yeah.
I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine.
Yeah.
No offense to you, don't waste your time. Here's why. Because I'm
Happy.
clap along if you feel like a room without a roof.
Cause I'm happy.
Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth.
Cause I'm happy.
Clap along if you know what happiness is to you.
Cause I'm happy.
Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Hold me down.
today. Thank you so much. And you don't get to see Jamie because Jamie's normally running the sound, which Ryan is doing right now. And along with Michael and Joseph, Jamie is part of our AV team. Thank you for sharing your other talents with us today.